He definitely punished some of the lack of mobility that we have for OMG, and Jarvan already acts as main engage. I like the Ultra Prime comp. I just really feel like OMG, they have the power to, frankly, I think it keeps it neat and pure, and it's actually a really cool, I think, business strategy they used is everyone else combos. Speaking of comboing.
As we say it, yeah, Henna's getting comboed right now, waiting for Juhan to join the fray as well. Henna flashes away, going to be matched by Starry, and a second dredge line connects from Moham. That's first blood for OMG, and they're going to make it potentially a second, but Xiaoxia says, yeah, still one more proc on that Cyclone. We'll see if it expires before he can get in. He actually ends up using it, gets canceled by the Pathmaker. Liangqian still has the all-out, but the flash will be utilized to get himself away, but Juhan will follow and land the kill with
OMG. Now it's just going to be about, you know, they have the 3 grubs, they have a gold lead. Can they really take the map fast enough to get
here as well? This is the mid-jungle combo that we were talking about. Cubby having a little bit of mid-game agency. Sleepy Trouble Bubble does connect onto Moham, but that Paddle Star does not. We'll continue this cat and mouse game now around the red buff. And Moham says, screw that, we're just going to go straight in. Lands the Flap's depth charge onto Grizzly, but now comes the re-engage, and it is a big one at that, with Saber getting the first kill onto Moham, and Henna now dashing over, transcended onto Starry, lands the slow and the laser, and goes in onto Starry and takes him down. A big answer for UP in the enemy jungle as they go 2-0 in the fight.
Yeah, Saber might have been but he could take the enemy summoner spells, use them to connect. You might be able to save the dredge line. It's also a great way for you to proc Aftershock, or I guess chain it, since it would have been proc by depth charge. But I just don't think that Moham needs to make that play, especially into the Jarvan. That is not the right target you're looking for in that scenario. And those are 2 big kills that go over to Ultra Prime, as they're going to find a third with Harry going down to the top side.
It's a bit of a beneficial trade overall. You get the first tower, and that's a nice bonus.
Like, Moham and Starry just ended up being disconnected. Starry goes down. I feel like, again, that's more so off the back of OMG, how they started that fight with Moham. Starry just ended up kind of stuck on that side. And I don't really see the angle to win there outside of picking Jarvan. In which case, I also have to question why Moham just didn't lead with a flash dredge line. I think that's better than flash depth charge, especially if you're going to throw the Q not to even, like, chain the dredge line. It's kind of weird. And
now Juhan just gets locked down by the concussive blows. Xiaoxia finishing off that kill. And another one going into the hands of Ultra Prime. They have killed 4 straight members. Haven't been able to make the most of that composition that we were saying. Could be a little bit fast-paced. They try to turn it on its head with a fight around the Rift Herald, though. Dredge line goes onto Xiaoxia, but doesn't do much after
Rocks were wasted.
The Trouble Bubble does land onto Harry. They're going to fully collapse onto the most fed member of OMG, and they should be able to take him down with ease. That's Saber picking up that kill. The response is to Xiaoxia, but Ultra Prime are able to claim that Rift Herald, a 1-for-1. Even in those matchups in the LCK Challengers League, Grizzly had the better stats, just wasn't able to get the wins, as his team was just not as good.
Yeah, Grizzly for me is a very interesting story, and see if we have any time for story time here.
He's going to be the main story of this one as he goes in to get the tower, but has to flag and drag defensively. Meanwhile, already Moham has gone down, so it's a 5v4 in favor of Ultra Prime. Hai Chao looking to chase down Henna. He dashes away from that seismic shove, and nobody from Ultra
LCK. And some of the motivation between being held onto, as Harry's going to get ulted and derail my point.
In a 2v1, we'll see. Nearing that overheat, but not going to be able to get it as Grizzly. He's having a good game, so you can
Grizzly, I mean, he's been on HOA this entire time. He was a good Challengers League player when he really didn't pan out for his chance at the higher level.
It will be Grizzly starting off the Ocean Drake for Ultra Prime.
We have Xiaoxia and Liangqian both in front. They don't need to watch the flanks given the vision they have. OMG's playing from so far behind. They can afford to put both in front.
Moham immediately finds the hook onto Liangqian. Not the priority target that they're looking for. The Weaver's Well does split up the fight, and Liangqian is a little bit separated from the remainder of his team. Here goes Juhan, going to make it a 50-50, and he does get the Dragon. It'll cost him his life, but that is a big win for OMG as they stall the game out for a little bit longer.
Not the prettiest series of events from either of our teams here at Grapes, as I think OMG walking away with a dragon and only down 1 is probably the best case scenario. But Hai Chao, brother, what are you doing walking in that brush?
Not supposed to be there, as another kill makes it a 2-for-0 instead of a 1-for-0.
Which had like never played no Qs, so it's very much a new player perspective. That looked like a dragon setup from maybe straight out of that combine. We definitely would have talked about the, you know.
Group Nirvana, basically the
Walked out the other way.
Hai Chao is in the audience.
You're
Okay.
like walking into that lane. That's so crazy.
I take it back. I take it back.
Walking into that brush is ballistic. I'm so glad he died. Sincerely.
We're going to go for more here as Juhan already popped the cycle. The target will be Xiaoshen. They get him first, but it'll come at the cost of Juhan's life. Remember, the Baron buff also exists here for Ultra Prime, so any kills that they get will be even potentially more structures falling with these empowered minions crashing in. So it will be a 1-for-1, but Ultra Prime's going to take it as they crack open this bot tier 1.
As the minions crash in, I'd like to crash out about Hai Chao walking into that. As Liangshen being down TP, Grizzly could reach the fight faster if one were to break out bot, and has a nice attack speed steroid and can handle himself in the mid lane. So I actually kind of like that setup rotation. Does give Ultra Prime 2 inner turrets off a nice play from Grizzly.
They're going to look to potentially finish off this game in a clean fashion with the taking of this Ocean Soul. See if Juhan can get another steal. Not in the pitch just yet. He gets knocked up by the Glacial Fissure. So it will be the Ocean Soul secure, but it comes at the cost of potentially some lives being lost. Liangshen already at half HP. Juhan, though, just gets eaten alive and taken down. And Grizzly will capitalize by landing that Cataclysm onto Harry. Starry out of position right now. Does land a big Moonlight Vigil and chunks down the front line of Ultra Prime. But Henna will dash forward and take down his opposing ADC. Only Moham remains on the map right now, as it'll be a 4-for.
And I can understand Hai Chao is opening the fight where he did, given the wall, but not rotating to his team, and then having Starry rotate into Narnia as the fight evolved is just very, very... Where Hai Chao and Starry are standing in that fight, it does make life impossible for Juhan. I'd be very bad and upset if I were him. I can't play out the fight the way I want to.
Talking about Baron poke, we're going to see that here as Grizzly and Henna are on a 2-man mission with Saber and Liangshen providing havoc onto the opposition. It looks like the target will be Xiaoshen, but he flashes over the wall. The Baron secured already by the J4, and Juhan just gets in there a little bit too late. Cataclysm enforces a flash from both bot laners, and Henna is now transcended. Gets eaten up here by that seismic shove, and the Moonlight Vigil is big, but will it be big enough? Don't think so, as only Hai Chao will remain in terms of carries for OMG. It's 4 kills for the cost of Henna, with the Baron also going Ultra Prime's way, and it'll be Hai Chao looking to try to have a miracle happen in the mid lane to try to save this first game.
Good fight and good game here from Ultra Prime. I think Grizzly taking those early dragons in the appropriate windows really slowed down OMG. Saber had a really good game on this Zoe, the first time we've seen him play the Zoe in the past 2 years. And I think Ultra Prime can actually walk away with a lot of positives. You know, the first time...
It's Ultra Prime with their second Baron in the game, going to be in a great position to close things out. They had the potential, the opportunity to do so last time, but decide to instead just go for a reset, go for the higher percentage play. Grizzly gonna get targeted here. Flag and Drag does buffer that.
That's a hell of a buffer.
Crowd control, so he will be able to get out relatively safely. Still
I didn't
has
see
his
that
ultimate
buffer
as
coming.
the rest of Ultra Prime is breaking open this top lane tier 3 turret.
It looked like one of those buffers I don't really see in my solo queue when I'm playing at 50 ping.
Yeah.
That was a nice one there from Grizzly.
Here as Saber does land another bubble onto Hai Chao. He's been eating them all day, and he will get taken down by Grizzly. Moham underneath the tower that has been destroyed beneath his feet will make it a quick 2-for-0 in favor of Ultra Prime once again. The big carries here still available, Starry notably one of them, but it should not matter as in go Ultra Prime and down goes OMG. UP with a clean, clinical game 1 will take an early lead in this best-of-3 series.
Well, I can just force Trundle to walk out, so still one of the fighters that you can play early into it. That said, I do like this Leona pickup. I think it's a shorter range composition being played by Ultra Prime.
A little bit of a summoner spells there as Juhan goes for an early invade onto these Raptors.
Okay. I mean, yeah, this is interesting.
Oh, he's
level 2. He's going to get 2 camps here, potentially.
And now he just
Grizzly
immediately outduels Grizzly. Might try to secure this with a smite. Grizzly does. He hits level 2 and has the red buff for a little bit extra healing. And does get the fear onto Juhan. Flash still available to try to land that chomp. But Grizzly, after going for the invade onto the red buff, is going to be able to potentially escape for a little bit longer, at least delay some of Juhan's timing. Some of his is...
You know, I will say, Hai Chao did have a positive gold diff at points last year. So the fact that he doesn't have one now is a little concerning, because that was a real strength to his game last year. Oh boy, no flash on Trundle.
Fight here in the 2v2. Juhan going to be taken very low. Saber misses the overload. Will have to flash into tower range to pick up that kill. Nice heal from Xiaosha. Able to keep his jungler alive. And Saber still pumping out damage onto Haichao. Won't be able to finish him off though with Moham joining the fray. But Ultra Prime get right back on the board. Even up our kill count at 1.
Great walk there from Xiaosha. Honestly, made that play work in the end as they punished you. Their advertising, you know.
This is the cross country amount of advertisement we're about to get. OMG, as you mentioned, does get all 3 grubs, but looks like they might be punished for it. A Saber and Grizzly will be going in with the Paranoia Realm Warp combo. Liang Chan also available, and it means that Ultra Prime will get Juhan in trade for those grubs.
See if he can, you know, really take advantage of that opportunity. As Saber, we're committing.
Fully going in onto Moham right now because they know that Grizzly is in the wings with his Paranoia. Xiaosha going forward with the quickness as well. And Haichao does not connect on that Emperor's Divide. With that being said, looks like the fight will still continue. Saber forced to run back away at 40%
they get the Drake.
HP. Ultra Prime don't get any kills, but they are able to start up this dragon.
Now, between the health based on that, I know that Grizzly still is waiting for that Paranoia to come up, but they did use Subjugate.
Their hands. Nobody really wants to start this dragon up just yet, though. We now see a Ghost being popped, Paranoia being issued, and in goes Ultra Prime. Xiaosha and Grizzly the ones to lead the charge, and they're slowing down Juhan and Moham, but not being able to take anybody down just yet. Saber in with the Realm Warp, able to stop the bullet time, but he's going to get punished by Harry with the teleport of his own. A 1-for-0 in favor of OMG, forcing Henna to flash over the wall, and that should be enough for them to claim this first dragon for them.
It was a nice solar flare from Moham, but that's a dragon given over, a fight 1 for OMG, and a bit of a gold lead now emerging for them. I'm just kind of curious, like, for Ultra Prime there, I know they talked about miscommunications. Or Haichao can step up on the Azir, because he is going to be in a nice spot after his next recall. OMG in a nice spot now as they're collapsing on the mid to take.
Looks like Ultra Prime, though, want to punish. In goes the bomb squad again, and they're going to be able to lock down Moham and eventually take Juhan down as well. In goes Haichao, lands a 2-man Emperor's Divide, but does not get the big carries in the backline. Harry, with the ulti, is able to take one down, but it will come at the cost of his life. And now the artillery in the backline, and the scaling has arrived for Ultra Prime. Henna untouched on the backline. Liang Chan forces a flash, and UP are able to get a big chunk of gold. That is 3 kills for the cost of 1.
So we saw them pass up on the dragon fight. This does give them a few timers and cooldowns that didn't come up their way.
We talked about OMG in game number 1 not fully understanding the identity of their composition. It feels like Haichao in a similar situation this time. They are going to catch Xiaosha out though, and so that is 1 kill back. But Haichao in these fights with this composition doesn't have to go for those.
But definitely one where Up's not exactly in the position to get anything if they drop it. And just want to see OMG, again, be a little bit more disciplined around their lines, especially with Haichao. As he's going to throw down that turret, and that will help ensure mid-priority. I don't like that from Moham.
That solar flare. Looks like OMG
What
are the ones
is
who
that?
want to push the go button first, but the re-engage from Ultra Prime is big. A Realm Warp of everybody as Saber sends in the cavalry. That's the bot lane going down already on OMG's side, and Ultra Prime ignore the dragon as they will make their way straight towards the big purple worm.
OMG, what are we doing, man? I have no words. We threw out Leona ult, Pillar, MF ult, and found nothing but 1 flash. And now, I mean, best of luck fighting this one, but like that was just so terrible to start off.
To be the hero here.
Oh
yeah, the charm still hits Haichao. He dashes forward in desperation, but desperation is all that it is. Another kill into the hands of Ultra Prime. Saber has that Seraph's pop, but that shield's going to be so valuable here. A 2-man knockup connects, and it's a clean 5-for-0 ace. A triple kill for Henna, and the Baron on top for Ultra Prime.
This is just such a terrible engage from OMG. Like this whole sequence happens because OMG completely flubs their initial engage.
For them.
But
it
what
seems
if
like they're a competition that likes to soak up that pressure and counter-engage themselves? They shouldn't be the ones to try to force a fight right there around that dragon.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think some of the timing of this game, like in a way, they do have to force because the game doesn't get better for them. I would just like to force in a better, more calculated manner because these forces have been disgusting. And not in the good disgusting way. It's been disgustingly gross.
High Chow looking for a Phoenix moment up in the top side. Not going to happen as Grizzly goes in with the
Having
paranoia.
this team work together for a week has been huge because I saw cohesive gameplay, cohesive ideas from them today.
Yeah.
And it's looked good. I think that Grizzly and Saber as a 10, that's a really good angle on the back line. It's playable. Until then, though, these empowered rim prisons from Saber have really been dictating fights.
Waiting for that Baron to come back up. Force OMG into a bit of a pickle as to what they want to do. Go for the Dragon, go for the Baron. Looks like it will be Baron here for Ultra Prime as they have started up. And Liangcheng and Henna currently playing Bouncer, trying to make sure that OMG can't get in there. Moham goes a little bit too far forward with that Zenith Blade once again. The Valkyrie, just a beautiful counter combo here by Henna and Ultra Prime results in that first kill. Underneath the tower, they will take down Starry. And already it is a 3v5 on the map. Only one member gets hit by the Emperor's Divide, and it's not any crucial target. And Saber on the back line making quick work of Harry and Juhan. High Chow still able to survive. The health bar is ticking low for Ultra Prime, but not low enough. Henna dashes in, gets the kill onto Harry, and Juhan is forced to use the Blast Cone defensively. High Chow is able to kill the enemy jungler, which is going to be a big factor here. He goes golden, but Ultra Prime and Henna are able to time
He
it.
had a good angle on the Grizzlies, so a nice moment from High Chow, but the initial engage too good from up as we return to the scene of the crime. We're still fighting.
That Baron already taken by Ultra Prime in the front line, just way too far forward at this point. The bullet time merely tickling the mighty Scion of Liang Chen, as it's a 2-0, the Baron, and now a trip down the mid lane to try to end this game and end this series, Cubby.
Yeah, well, I'd say a win you can build off of if you're Ultra Prime. Meanwhile, OMG, this looks like the team we're saying goodbye to early on here for Split 1, Graves. We need to go back to the drawing board and figure out what's going on here for OMG.
These two teams entered this season winless, but it will be Ultra Prime marching out of here with their first victory of 2026. Saber ends this game 8-1-9, and Ultra Prime will win, pick up the sweep.
Great bounce back from Saber based on the first series he had versus LGD. Feel like, you know, what he talked about in that interview about miscommunication. Look, frankly, I mean, A, you're the captain, but B, I felt like some